Gotcha. So Marb, some time has passed, and you've managed to. Is there anything else you? Sorry, I should ask. Was there anything else you wanted to do?
During that time, I just want to keep studying the herbalism scrolls.
Cool. Going through them, it's the manual tome, the tome of what is it, Herb and Beast.
Mm-hmm.
You are getting to familiarize yourself with some of both fauna and flora that you're not seen before. You had previously kind of perused the book and found a section on dire beasts, and it always catches your interest. And it's still fascinating. Anytime you start thinking about something, you end up finding it in there when it comes to beasts that you've seen before or interacted with or heard stories about.
Just a character question for the very uneducated. What are dire beasts?
Okay. So in fantasy, there are bears, and they're dire bears. There are wolves, and they're dire wolves. They are the more primal, you tend to be much larger, tend to be much more powerful cousins, or not, if not progenitors to the lesser beasts. So, like, not an exact one-to-one thing, but you know how there's the pigs, and then there was the double bear pigs, kind of like that. Only where the double bear pigs were created by vile magic. These are creatures of primordial force. So,
ooh, awesome.
yeah. So there's essentially, if you can think of a beast, chances are there's a dire equivalent to it. Maybe very rare, might be extinct, you might have to go to the plane of beasts and wild to find them, or it's like the Feywild or something, but they exist. So your most common ones that you'll hear of is like a dire wolf, or in older editions maybe like a dire bear. In Critical Role there was a dire badger, for example. So they exist.
Nice. Then yeah, that's definitely something that would be very interesting to me. So I cross-reference them with like my bestiary.
Mhm.
I'm just kind of like taking notes back and forth, kind of like not highlighting, but like scribbling on the manuscripts and then like writing on my bestiary, kind of like making a mess out of both, but like somehow I understand it.
Yeah, so interesting enough, something like being from the forest, that border Yinlara, the Vale Timberlands and the Ostrich Mountains. Let me pop over this real quick so you guys can see it. It's kind of this area. So kind of being from like around this area, right, Nico? You've been
Yep.
all manner of beasts, and going through these, you start to see characteristics and recognize that, oh man, maybe I have seen these before, and I just didn't know what they were. I just thought they were like a giant ram, right? Where you saw like literally like leaping from essentially like boulder to boulder as if it was nothing, scaling up the side of a mountain, but it had to be, 15 feet at the shoulders, 20 feet from snout to tail, horns that were, had to weigh multiple hundreds of pounds. And so you've been exposed to them before, and now it's starting to realize it.
Ooh, like that's their official name. Then
Fire beasts, yeah.
yeah, Marv gets like really excited about it, and it's like, oh, I just called them like double goaty goats,
I get you, yeah.
double rammy goats, and then like I start like writing down like, oh, okay, like kind of like increasing my knowledge on those beasts. Is there any healing herbs that I can learn from the scrolls, kind of, or poisonous maybe?
Go ahead and give me a nature check at advantage. So d20 plus 2, but roll it twice because you're using your tome to help you. One more, because that natural 1 will not do.
I fudged it up. I rolled a
D2.
D2 instead of a D20.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh. Oh, and keep in mind, Nico, during this time, you do always have your fickle coin. So if you ever want to use that, you can. So 19. Okay. 19 total. you are reading through it, and there's a smattering, and again, you're thinking about where you're going. You're going to deeper. You're going that, and it seems to be there are these red little flowers, and they grow amongst the vines that hang down from some of the trees, and they are depicted as very small, like maybe the size of like a full bloom, a pinky nail, and they grow in bunches. And those supposedly have healing properties and can be used in healing potions. But
Perfect.
they might be able to help, do a lesser extent when not refined into a potion.
Mm-hmm. I definitely like just write that really quick on like a piece of paper, put it in a paper pocket, and remember it when we're like walking through. Maybe I'll like try to forge some of those on the way there and see if I can make like some type of like wound paste or some sort.
Yeah. So if you would be so kind, yeah, you could definitely make like a balm or a salve for it. In your character sheet somewhere, make notes about the little red flowers as like used in healing potions and other healing applications. If you'd be so kind.
Already done.
Cool, thank you. All right. So with that, you do return to Grung, and he has before you essentially he's managed to craft 3 of these arrows for you. They do not hold any oil in them. They're just set up, and he kind of explains to you like you can put the oil here. The fuse is wound; it follows the shaft. He does say that the back is very heavily weighted to counterbalance the front. He does say it's not an easy shot. Essentially, if you are to use one of these and like target something, you make the shot at disadvantage because it's very clunky. But it will deliver it, and it will burn, and it will fuse, and it will pop. And he shows you an example of like he has one of the little glass vial things, and he kind of puts it in like in a container, and then puts one of those fuses, and he fills it up with just another type of oil, and he lights the fuse, puts it in there, and just says, just wait. And then you hear it, and you hear shattering glass on the inside. And he opens it, and he says, will that do?
Yeah, that is fantastic. I like kind of like pat him in the back, like I knew I was coming to the right man. Grog, and I kind of like sit down, and just like at his table, and it's like, okay, I know this is a lot to ask, but do you have any time to teach me how to do them? And I'll also like to borrow your tools to try to make a dummy arrow that's kind of weighted the same, just so I can like practice shots with it. Just like I'll guess like Marb will like play with it, like test the weight, the balance, and just do some practice shots so that he's just more used to it. But I'm more interested in learning maybe how to make, even if it's not like the high quality ones that you made, a lesser version, a quick version that I can make on the go. I don't know how many undead we're gonna face, but I just want to be prepared for anything so that I can keep bragging about how great your inventions are and how they got me out of some deep trouble over there on whatever adventure I'm in.
So he will, easy enough for you to create some dummies in the next couple of days. You're able to get those so you can get some practice with the weight and all that. He is willing to give you, to sell you these arrows, right? Because they did take time to craft and all that. They will cost you 3 gold each for the 3, I guess, holy bomb oils, if you want to call them, that don't have the oil in them. And then as you're kind of doing this, he kind of gives you some manuals and stuff, and you're kind of reading through it to try to figure out the best way to apply and make your oil, these arrows that you want to make as well, or on the go. Go ahead and give me an investigation check as you're going through these, and then we'll see how much information you're able to pick up. And then we'll jump over to the next individual, I believe.
Nice.
Wow, that's 20. Wow, 29 total. Yeah, investigation. That's, yeah, because you get your double proficiency. Okay. That was interesting. That basically that's what my brain's doing right now. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, so you CJ.
Oh, is it? Sorry, guys.
That's okay.
I didn't know I was unmuted.
No,
I thought that was Adam.
There you go. Yeah. He's scaring Jones.
We find the Lord of Chaos weakness.
I mean, here. I'm not going to see him, but he's just right here.
He's like, what the hell was that?
Yeah. It's like, why was that? Marb, in the short, 2 days, right? You have basically figured out the roundabout easy way to make fire arrows. And with some tinkering and some, time and application, you're confident that you can create essentially fire arrows that utilize the oil, and you won't need to use nearly as much oil as long as the arrows are prepared in advance and created and crafted in advance. You might be able to double, if not triple, the amount of uses from one vial for arrows, at least.
Nice, awesome.
You do know that once they are expended in this case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'll spend the rest of my days between that. Let's say I make the dummies and just practice, getting used to shooting those arrows, running more tests from the fire arrows, and then the rest of the time just going back to Grogs and learning as much as possible. And then I'll stop by Horace's again and get that Tinker's kit that I forgot, just to take it with me on
the lend. Okay. Mm-hmm. He will say that if you're going to lend it, just because this is a valuable thing, 5 gold to lend it out.
Deposit.
Okay. I'm trying to search it on D&D Beyond. You said 5 gold?
Yeah, to lend it.
How much to buy it?
It's like 25 gold or something.
I think it's 25, but let me check. Equipment. Tinker. 50 gold to buy it.
Ooh, okay. So I look at Horace in the asset Horace, my man. What about let's work a deal here. I mean, you know me, I know you. I mean, I know your wife, your kids. We're good friends, right? Family friends. Your mom lost me. I know her meatloaf recipe. I have this great book full of secrets. It changed my life. You can't even imagine. Read it page to page. And I'll even include my special journal that I wrote just when reading this book. It's amazing. It made me the man I am today. It taught me how to fight, how to get out of fights, how to make coin anywhere I go. And I want to take out Leslie's journal and the book that I stole from his room way back when. And I told him, Horace, my man, that's a lot of gold. I understand it's valuable, but I mean, come on, you know adventurers type, right? We find these rare treasures, and I already read this. It's such a great book, and I think, honestly, I know you really well, Horace. I think you could take a lot of this, that promotion you've been looking for here at the Adventurers Guild. You can definitely get it after reading this book. Changed my life. I've killed so many beasts, so many people, just from the lessons I've learned. I've met kings, rad monsters. It's amazing. It's life-changing. So I'm thinking about parting ways with it, but I think you would be the one that would benefit the most of it. And I'll throw in you said 5 gold piece, 25 gold piece to rent it, and the book on top of it. if you just like maybe forget to write it down on the ledger and like I just keep it forever, you know?
Give me a deception check, please. D20 plus 6.
Yes, and double proficiency bonus.
No, you don't get it. It's charisma. It's not wisdom or intelligence. So no double proficiency.
That's right. It has to be wisdom. I just see that little black dot and get excited.
Yeah. But it's still D20 plus 6. So, and you can. All right,
18.
nice. 18. Okay. Horace would be like, sounds like an amazing book. Call it. You give me 10 gold in the book. And yeah, the Tinkerer's kit can go missing. We went to the Eastern Front.
Damn, Horace, man, you drive a very hard bargain. But you know, I love you, man. Like the way you've treated me, top notch customer service here at your shop. Amazing, highly recommended. Your mom, lovely person. You got a deal, and I extend my hand to him. Just shake on it.
He shakes on it. So yeah, you can add a Tinkerer's kit to your inventory. You're not proficient in it, but you have one, so you can use it. And mark off 10 gold, and I guess
I deleted those two Leslie's items. I don't know why they're still in my inventory, but
I have to now mark that. Gotcha. You're good.
I never actually read those, so I hope they were not valuable. But you know, I trust Horace. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Horace is Simon.
All right.
No.
All right. Cool. Anything else, Nico? Or are you happy?
Yep, that was it.
All right. Nice. I guess Davis or Calisor, anything that you guys wanted to follow up on?
Yeah, I had a couple things.
All right, Jesse.
I had one little thing that I would maybe do, but Davis can go first. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, and sorry guys that it's so individual this time. It's just the nature of how things are, but
Yep.
I hope everyone's enjoying themselves still. So go ahead, Davis.
So I think I mentioned this last time, but I would let Sarah know that I may be expecting some correspondences here.
Mm-hmm.
And in the meantime, I would ask her, like, hey, who around the Adventures League knows this kind of area of Cled the best? Specifically, I'm asking if anybody knows about Carver.
Honestly, your best bet would be hoping that maybe one of the oh, actually, no, yeah, there's a pottery and plant. What's it called? Oh, I don't remember the name. Sweet lady runs it. She gets the enriched soil that they're taking out of the Snoring Mountain. That's supposedly really good for growing plants and everything. Oh, what is its name? Oh,
Would I have actually seen this at any point?
the what?
Whatever store she's talking about, or
Oh, the store.
could I like jog her memory in any way?
That side of town? I don't think you've actually been to that side of town
Okay.
yet. No. Oh, Green Thumb. Green Thumb is the name of the store.
Sure. And then I would just get like her name and directions and stuff like that.
Yeah. So Sarah will do her best to tell you. Green Thumb is apparently basically like a nursery and pottery store. The owner is a young Furbolg. And she's like, I'm sorry, I don't really know her name.
That's fine. You said she runs the place or owns the place?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm fine. I can go ask. It's cool.
Okay.
And then I'll
Is that something you would
sure,
do?
yeah, go. This would probably be like near the last day because this would happen after like all the dreams and stuff I had, basically.
Okay. So, not yet. All right, so you managed to track it down. Go ahead and give me a survival check just to see.
Sure. That is 16.
Sarah gives you pretty good instructions. It's on the edge of town, that you haven't been to. So basically, you manage to get towards the outskirts and just kind of fall on the outskirts, and it happens to be there, and it opens up to a little nursery. So
Okay. Yeah, so I would just walk in, look around, see if I can find anybody who looks like they work there or might know who.
Yeah. You walk in and you see, actually you see a lanky, well, in this case, she's kind of squatted down over some of the vegetation that she's growing, sprinkling in some soil and dirt, and you see there's a like a wheelbarrow next to her,
Shape for a
and
ball?
light gray fur with silver hair that has a little bit of like green moss possibly in it. She's got her back turned towards you.
Random, maybe racist question. Does she look like she's related to the one in the stables?
Whoa.
No, I'm good, thank you. Do you so?
Yes.
Can you hear me, Danny?
Yeah, I can hear you. Did you hear my question?
Did you hear his question?
Did I cut out? I'm guessing.
I guess. I don't know. I asked. I could hear you talking the whole time, but I guess you couldn't hear us.
Yeah, I can hear you.
So I said random, maybe racist question. Does she look like the one that's in the stables? Do they look like they're related?
Oh, to Cletus?
Yeah, I
Oh
guess.
shit. There's a striking resemblance.
Okay, sure. I'm not gonna mention it, but I'll be like, "Hi, excuse me. Do you work here, or do you?" I'll just say, "Yeah. Do you work here?"
Yeah. Hi. Welcome to the Green Thumb. This is actually my little nursery.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, no, Sarah over at the Adventures League sent me. My name's Davis. I'm with the Crass Menagerie, a group of adventurers who's up and coming in town. I was looking for some information. I've been told that you know about Carver.
Oh, Carver. Oh, adventurer. Hmm. Do you know my brother? Is that why you're here? I know Sarah said it, but she's
Is
peddling.
he the one who works in the stables?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Cletus. Yes, that's his name. Yeah, I don't know him that well, but we definitely have had a couple of fun run-ins with one another. But
Ask him about the spider.
I wasn't there for that.
Well, hi. A friend of Cletus is a friend of mine. I'm Cassidy.
It's fantastic. Oh, Cassidy, great to meet you.
Nice. Well, I don't know much about Carver other than, well, honestly, there's a group of entrepreneurial folk that have been recently going in and harvesting or gathering the volcanic ash and soil because it's really good. Really good. Oh. And she kind of like gestures, and you just see beautiful, beautiful vegetation. I mean, like tomatoes, squashes, gourd, flowers, herbs, and they're vibrant in color. And
Wow, yeah, no, it looks like it's really effective. That's great.
yeah.
I've never been, like, the closest I've ever been was Volpine, which I think is a couple of days away from Carver. We were actually kind of heading in that direction, but we got waylaid and turned around. Is it a big place? Like, I don't know anything about it. Is it a big town?
Well, all I know is that it used to be really big on mining, and then they just dug it out, and then they couldn't find anything,
So
and
it's
then
kind
it
of
kind of
gone cold.
it kind of dried up with the mines, and only really the rough and rugged stung
But it's been
around.
around for a long time. It was around for a long
Oh,
time before that.
it's old. Yeah. I don't know how old, but it's old.
Okay. So other than this like soil that it seems to be great in the mines, was it known for anything else?
I'm sorry, I don't really know too much.
I'll actually show her the Glaive Lake because I've been told that this might have been made there.
Oh, wow, that's fancy.
Yeah, and it's I don't know. I it's maybe I don't know.
I
I'm
feel
curious about
bad.
it.
Oh,
Wait, what do
I
you?
feel bad. Here, have an apple. And she kind of reaches up to one of the trees.
Oh, sure.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
fantastic.
I, I don't.
No,
I
no, no.
don't.
You've been greatly helpful. Um, so this group that harvests the ash, like, do you get shipments from them or something? Is that how you know about them?
Oh no. A they spread. They have like a caravan that runs along the Mason, and they come down to the South Mason. I think they go all the way. Oh, I don't know, maybe to Austerian or something. And then they come back and they distribute it, and it seems to be making them some hefty coin.
Do they
Um,
have any kind of like markings or anything that I would be able to recognize them if we saw them?
yeah. Essentially, it is a
I have parchment and stuff. If she could like draw it.
no. She just straight up like will kind of walk with you, and
Oh,
then she kind of takes you to a sack, like a burlap sack,
oh,
or maybe a little bit, and it's got pressed upon it a it looks like a like an idea of like a diamond or like an emerald, not colored, obviously. It's but it's like a gem.
uh-huh. Okay. So yeah, I'll just make mental note of that. Well, yeah, this has been super helpful. So what else? So is this you just sell plants and herbs and other fine fruits and things like that here? Is that what you guys do here? Oh,
Lost you again,
sorry.
didn't I?
I guess.
All right, Jesus, what is going on? It was so good for so long. You do not know Dwarvish, right?
I don't think so.
Okay, yeah,
No, Orc and Common is all.
yeah. So it has like some runes on it that says something
Okay.
around the, yeah.
I just said I would, make a mental note of it. I'm not gonna like try and draw it or anything.
Yeah, yeah. Essentially, it just looks like if you remember like the Chaos Gems from Sonic or something, it looks like one of those
Okay.
little cutouts, or from Crash Bandicoot or something like that. It looks like your typical, uh, shallow cut gem with coming from a mound of dirt encircled by dwarven runes.
Okay. So then I was just asking about her shop, like, so what do you sell here? Is it just like herbs and plants and?
Herbs, vegetation, fruit. I kind of go distribute. I mean, mostly it's kind of just my little slice of peace.
Oh,
Uh,
fantastic.
Another thing is all the vegetation makes really good soil that then attracts good worms, when they fall and all that. Fishermen love it.
So if I were to tell you that me and the menagerie were gonna head into the deep root on an adventure, do you have anything here that might be helpful for us on our excursion?
Deep root, deep root, deep root, deep root.
The marsh
I
to the
know the name. I don't
west.
know much about it, honestly.
Spooky marsh and full of kind of unholy undead things, maybe?
Undead. You're kidding, right? Why would you go?
I
Why?
mean, it's kind of our job, and we're just trying to keep
Undead
people
are real?
safe.
I thought you were kidding. Wait. Undead are real?
Yeah,
What?
I mean, not here. You're fine
No, no, no,
here.
no, 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 no. I'm not here. But why would you?
To make
I
sure
thought
that
they
they
were
don't come
used in
here.
fables. I didn't think they were real.
Yeah, no, they're definitely real. I've seen them. But,
And you just see her
you're
just how
safe
like,
here.
blank stare. She turns her head and just blank stares.
So that's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to keep Green Hills safe. So we're trying to, make sure things stay that way. That's all.
I'm sorry. I zoned. Safe. Thank you. No, I don't know anything about. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You've been
Oh,
a great
here.
help.
And she's like looking for something to give you, and she just pulls like essentially like an herb bush out and like from the bottom. Here, have this.
Oh,
It's mint.
thank you.
She's like, here. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Okay, well, thank you very much. And I'll pull out like, I don't know, something reasonable, like 3 or 4 silver. I mean, just for the apple
Oh,
herbs.
thank you.
Just, something that's not insulting. I honestly don't know.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, just, say hi to my baby brother,
Oh, sure. Yeah, if I see him, Cassidy, right?
Cassidy.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. Hopefully we meet again.
All right. Bye.
Other than that, I did want to, if I could talk to Wiggs again, this would be basically on the same kind of last day thing.
Okay.
Get a hold of Wiggs. So I'd ask Wiggs, hey, so I've been having some interesting dreams lately, and they have to do with. I think they may have to do with this, and then I'll hold up the glaive.
Mm-hmm. It definitely changed from the first time that we saw it. So definitely
Yeah.
magical. Definitely.
I mean, is that a thing that can
fine.
happen with magic things? Like it like starts getting into your head at night, or is that
Oh yeah.
really?
Oh.
Well then.
He even taps it. It's like.
So, what about this? And then I'll like actually point to the scars or whatever it is on my back. Like these, I think just showed up recently. I don't think they're like an illness or anything like that. I think it's related to this. Maybe I don't know. Have you ever seen anything like this? Could this be related? And hopefully Adam can still hear me. Damn it. Hello?
Hello, I want to kill Discord or my computer or something.
Yeah, I don't
He
know.
gets all super stern and serious as he's.
So did you hear? I asked him about my back. I don't know if you heard that.
Oh no, I didn't.
Okay.
He looks at your back. He's like, ooh.
Yeah,
Those
I
look
think it
like
might be related because it kind of just happened recently.
Oh, how long has this been? How long has this glaive been?
I mean, so I've had it for like probably I guess like a month. No, it's been more than a month, but I've had it for a while. But it wasn't until we went
Yeah.
to the deep root and it got some fire on it that it seemed to kind of come alive. That's when it I could feel that I could do things like better with it, and like I could even do this, and then I'll actually just burn the charge to do Armor of Agathis.
Radiant or fire?
Fire.
Fire. He's like, he like lights up. He's like, oh, fascinating. And he kind of runs his hand because there's like those little licks of flames. Like, oh,
Careful, careful, careful.
it doesn't. And he goes to flick you. It's like, ah!
Yeah. Yeah, no, it stings for sure.
It's like, fascinating. Yeah. It's like, huh.
Yeah, it didn't do that for before, but it can do that now, and I'm wondering if that all has to do with each other. And I mean, someone told me, I think it was Horace, that said this looked like it came from Carver, but it sounds like Carver's. I don't know. Maybe it's really old, but it sounds like Carver's kind of like a dead town these days. I don't know what I'd learn if I went there. Damn it.
I'm gonna load up Discord on the other computer.
Okay.
This one.
No worries.
Damn, I lost DJ too.
We appear to have lost Adam.
Yeah, well, he's switching.
He's switching computers.
Yeah, because Discord's been disconnecting him a lot lately. So.
Okay. I also had a disconnect, so
Yep.
I wasn't sure if I missed anything.
Okay. Hopefully this works.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, we
I'm
can hear you.
fucking annoyed. Sorry.
It's okay.
I
I don't know how much you heard.
Honestly, him saying that it's awoken, and then I hadn't really heard anything from you afterwards. I'm switching real quick.
Sure.
There we go.
Okay. Basically, I just said, it's like, yeah, no, ever since then, that's when it seems to. Oh, yeah, I showed him the Armor of Agathis.
Mm-hmm. He flicked it.
Yeah, and then I'll say, yeah, ever since then, like, occasionally I'll get these strange dreams that about a volcano, and I think Horace said that he thinks this may have come from Carver, but it sounds like that town's dead, so I don't know what I would learn if I were to go there. But it sounds like it might be some, like, relic or something from Carver?
Carver, you say? Well, I don't know much, but perhaps I'll see if I find anything, but if y'all, sorry, not if, when y'all get back,
Oh yeah, for sure.
y'all are insane, you know that, right?
Oh yeah, no, I don't want to go, but we kind of have to go.
Yeah, feels like your group drew the short end of the straw. Anyway, if you're gonna make your way to Carver, you might as well stop at Whitlaw. There's some, forge guilds there, artisan guilds. Maybe they can. Maybe there's even, the college
I don't know
is
if I
there.
want to be sharing this with all that many people though.
I mean, they might be able to at least get you in the right direction. If it is Carver,
I
maybe
mean,
they know some.
if you can name like someone in particular that you trust that's there, sure, but I don't know if I really want to go showing this around.
Let me dwell on it. Maybe someone will come to mind.
Okay.
So when you and the menagerie get back.
Yes.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
Also, have you met? I assume you know Cassidy over at the Green Thumb.
Cletus's sister?
Yeah.
Ah, sweet girl.
She seemed really surprised when I brought up the fact that we were going to the Deep Root to fight the undead. Like, she's real green, isn't she? She's not very worldly, huh?
To be fair, Davis, not everyone, I would guess not most of the people that you run into believe that undead are real.
Huh. I mean, I didn't really either. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Spooky ghost time stories, right?
Yeah, but I've been hearing them for long enough that it's like,
Well, apparently you've also seen them.
I have now, yeah, for sure.
We have too, a long time ago.
Okay.
It's not pleasant. It's
I'll
a nightmare.
try and keep it a little quiet on that then.
Please do. No. Cletus and Cassidy, they definitely have not ventured far. And Deeproot, well, people kind of don't realize the different regions
Yeah, she seemed
of
kind of
the
lost when I
Martian.
mentioned it.
Yeah, most people just kind of, it's Green Hill and the swamps.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Some people understand that there's differences.
Well, thanks for your help. And again, if you can think of anybody in Whitlaw that might be able to help me out with this, and then I'll hold the glaive out.
Absolutely.
Then yeah, just keep me up to date.
Oh, Davis, one thing before you go.
Yeah.
I was giving some thought to what the groups were talking about. Listen, I'm sorry I haven't been able to leave my room much. I've been focusing on all
and I
these
think
things.
Dregnar and you guys were working on some stuff in here for a while too.
Yeah, he's
Cool.
got a knack. He's got a talent for alchemy.
Yeah, he has very interesting talents.
I'm sure that leads into some stories for another time.
Absolutely.
But hey, I believe your friend Al and Roque, when they were studying the scrawlings, they mentioned something about the giant can have the ability to sense what's in the hills. And I was mulling it over, and there's a very finicky, very rare, very difficult to find mineral that is known as, I believe it's Solvi. I'll write it down for you.
Okay.
Perhaps
What-
that is the thing. There were decades ago, there were some groups mining the hills trying to find it, but they couldn't figure out a reliable way to track it down.
So what is
The
this?
only thing of
again?
note.
Something to do with the giant kin? What? Interesting.
Your friends mentioned that and maybe I dreamt it up, but they mentioned that in those notes that the hill giants have a natural affinity to find ore,
Okay.
and I was trying to think like why that might come into hand, and that's the only thing I was trying to rack my brain about hills, and I just happened to recall maybe 20 some years ago there was mining operations at the hills trying to find this Solvi ore.
The hills to the east of here?
Yeah, I mean that's to the west.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the giants, so I thought you were talking about these.
No, I'm just maybe
Okay.
that's the connection.
I'll talk to those guys and see if that rings a bell or
Yeah.
if it's any of use.
Yep. Just sorry, I've been dwelling on the information, but it's been so many days, and I've been just cooped up in here.
Yeah, I understand.
You can only talk to Crab so much
You
before they start saying
can
the same thing.
talk to crabs?
Yeah. There's Pinchy. There's Hector.
What does it sound like when you talk to them?
I don't know. I talk. They understand me. They talk, and I understand them. I don't know. It's something
Can
we
I
can
talk
do.
to them?
We could try.
Okay. Give me Hector. He sounds cool.
He grabs, scoops Hector, puts him in he's cupped in his hands, presents him, and it's just like a stone crab.
He's like, hey,
One
do you
claw is
understand
much
me?
larger than the other.
Raise your
You
left
just see,
claw
as
if
you're,
you can understand me.
as you're talking to it, it's like the little eyes kind of tuck in, then kind of come out, and you see a little bit of foam starting at them. And it starts scuttling off of the side of Wiggs' hand.
I don't think he understands me.
No, he didn't say anything. I think he was just kind of surprised. You have big teeth. Might have scared him.
He's got big claws. What's he scared of?
Yeah, they're only so big
Yeah,
because
that's true.
they
He's a
get
little
ripped
tiny
off,
thing.
and when they grow back,
They grow back?
yeah.
Huh. I mean, usually we just eat them, so, you know. Not sorry, Hector. If you're listening, I'm not gonna eat your claws.
Okay.
Okay.
No response from the crab.
Yeah,
Cool.
okay. I think that was pretty much it. Oh, and then if I ever see Jade around, obviously I very much dote on her and be like, hey, everything okay? And
Gotcha. Jade's doing okay. You can see that she's still a little bit skittish and still recovering.
is she wearing her new modified chain shirt or whatever the heck she's wearing?
She's mentioned to you that she's gotten a couple of fitting sessions with Hector, and they're almost,
Nice.
hopefully, you heard it again. It's like, if, and then they correct themselves. When you get back.
Oh gosh.
I heard the insanity.
Pessimists. I will also tell tell Roque and Al about the Solvi.
Gotcha. So Al and Roque will be, a little bit more information possibly on what that ore that they mentioned or what's in the hills that the giantkin can sense.
Right.
Okay. Last but not least, Mr. Calisor. Anything?
So besides having initially asked Wiggs about the 13,
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and write the 13 down on a piece of paper.
Oh, nice.
And then I'm gonna go give it to Hava and ask if she can post it on the board down in the hall. And just that if while we're gone, or if anybody comes in and has any information on that stuff, and lets her know if she would relay it to me.
Okay. Interesting, Calisor. Yeah.
Just
Yes.
I'm super curious about them. They don't make any sense to me. So I've just been in this downtime, just have been thinking about it a lot and want to try. And I'll probably spend some time down just in the hall, just kind of like watching people, and would maybe grab out my dragon chess set and just like play with people as they came through if anybody wanted to play.
Absolutely. Some people tend to join you. You get a whole smattering of individuals, different adventurers. Some of the more brawny type, the more muscly type that think they know what they're doing. And then you have some of those more that you can see are practicing the arcane arts or that focus on tutelage and teaching themselves and stuff like that. And you have some very close matches and some just straight up blowouts where you just decimate people. If you want to, you can go ahead and roll me, give me like 3 d20s real quick, and we'll just see over the course of each day how well you do.
because I have dice now.
Yeah, I know.
We are not using dice anymore. No, wait, that's a 10. So 10, 10, and 3.
So 15, 15, and 8. You fairly solid. Oh no, I didn't get your proficiency on them. 15, 15.
Oh yeah.
So 3. So 18, 18, and 11. 2 of the 3 days you are on point. Very few, people rise to challenge you. Roque jumps in a few matches, and those are really the close games. On that third day, or the final day, you're more focused on what's coming, what's going to happen, the events that are going to happen, and the question that you had about druids in Deeproot returns back to your mind, and then you dwell on there has to be a connection between the Treebeards or the Usnia and how they were plentiful and they seem to maybe be siphoning the energies and all that. It's on your mind, and then that day as well, Al comes down to you and wants to have a discussion about the scrawlings, and he's like, "Hey, so man, listen, we've been holding on to these. We haven't done anything with them. We need every advantage we could get when we're going out there. You carried me there. It's kind of up to me or you. Do I take it? Do you take it? I mean, people are telling me to take it, but I wanted to check with you."
You won fair and square. They're yours.
Okay. I'm gonna need your help because there's some ritual mumbo jumbo here, and I mean, I can lay a fat beat, make it sound good, but I don't think I can do some of the things that they're talking about. I'll need your help maybe gathering some of the stuff here. They're talking about candles and ivory, and I think I need a goat's tongue. And so,
yeah, I'll help you with anything you need. I'm used to rituals, and goat's tongues are a pretty normal thing. They're actually not too bad to eat.
yeah, I've heard that, but yes, it's weird. Luckily enough for you, a lot of the plant stuff that you need, that you can just druid craft, so that's easy. And then there happens to be some of those taverns and inns and eateries and stuff like that, and there's people that bring in animals to slaughter, and you guys managed to track down a shepherd that brought in some goats and sold them off, and you talked to the tavern, and they are willing to part with the tongue and the horns from one of the goats, and you managed to collect that. And essentially one evening, I don't know if Al would invite anybody. Like Al would be like, "Guys, I don't know, does anybody want to," Cal, how do all rituals work? I don't know how rituals work, man. This is a kumbaya kind of thing. The more the merrier. What do we do?
Yeah. Anybody wants to watch, they're more than welcome.
Okay. So what do we need?
I would say not to once we get started, try not to be a distraction or interfere.
Me, not a distraction? Oh God. Okay. Think school, think focus, think learning. Okay. And you see him just kind of get in his head and just kind of try to focus. Do I have it here? So with that, whoever is wanting to join, you guys are more than welcome to, be part of this. You guys gather chalks and incense and candles and the various plants, the one bramble that you needed to get, which you were not able to druid craft because it needed to be a large one. The goat, the horn, the tongue, the horns, and all that. And you end up, as part of the ritual, you also gathered some of the blood and you mix it with some dirt and you make a paste, and then you kind of draw some scrawlings on, on kind of matching them on Al's skin. And then you also get this white, some of the bone powder that you guys had. and you use that and you kind of apply it, and Al's face is kind of whited out, almost like, you know, when you see pictures of Aborigines that cover themselves to kind of prevent them from getting sunburns. He's got that, and his like goatee is powder white, and his hair and his horns are that, and it's kind of stuck to him. And you go through this process, and it takes, yeah. And Dregnar is like making it more spooky and all that while it's going on, with darkness is coming in, and all of a sudden you start, you know, talking, and then your voice disappears, and yeah, after about an hour of this with Al essentially lying down with, you know, different, I guess you would say, like heroes around him, different animal and plant pieces and all that, you start chanting and going through the processes, and this is familiar for you, having, you know, done other rituals, but complex, and it's actually tiring. Can you give me a constitution, a concentration check, as if you're saving for a spell?
Constitution, is that my intelligence?
No, it's your con save. So it's just going to be a d20 plus 3, but you're a warcaster, so you can do it. And in this case, even though you're not technically taking damage, I'll allow you to roll it at advantage.
Okay, so 14 plus 3, so 17 for the first one, and 16 for the second one.
Okay, so that's good. You managed to, you know, work through, and it's tiring and all that, and you're going through, and you're performing this like out in the courtyard, essentially, like one of the corners, kind of off to the side, away from the stable, so you don't spook the animals, where not many people are passing by. Every once in a while, that patrol that still happens to be on, you know, sees it and it's kind of watching. Once you start getting to like the end and the climax of it, a storm cloud starts to roll in, and out of nowhere, essentially, and there's thunder, and then heavy rain starts pouring, and it keeps pouring and pouring, and you're thinking the candles are gonna go out, but they stay lit and they stay bright. And then as the ritual continues, and you keep chanting Usnyash and Olavir, and essentially the musty, you know, old scrolls that you're reading off of, they start to get whipped up in the wind, and they start to take off, and they start to spiral and circle around Al, and they start to land on him in different places, and you just hear Al release the most horrifying of gut-wrenching, painful screams. It sounds like it's coming from a dying creature 3 times his size. And then there's a large crash of thunder and lightning, and all the candles burn out, and Al is silent. You rush over there to see what happened. You're feeling something must have gone wrong. Something went terribly wrong. And in that brief moment, I'll put them in Discord. Oh shit, I don't have Discord on this computer. Let me pop up Discord. Because you're the observant type. Go ahead and give me a, just out of curiosity, give me a perception check as the pages are getting whipped up into a fury or Al.
That is 18 plus 8.
Yeah,
26.
Yeah. You noticed, and I'll put them in the Materia channel, that some of the pages, as they're being whipped around, started to reveal imagery like this. Eldritch horrors of flesh and gaping maws, and you have a sinking gut, and you feel terrible, and you go to Al, and he's breathing, and he's shallow breathing, and he looks exhausted and tired, and you're looking for the scrawlings, you're looking for the pages. They're not there. You see like the light kind of imprint of like where the parchments would have been, like on his skin, like, you know, almost as if it was
almost tattooed on him.
Yes. but it's not so much like a tattoo as it's just like an outline where the pages were, and now the pages are gone. And every page got whipped up into the Fury, and then all the scrawlings are gone.
Al, are you okay? You don't look good. Can you talk?
I don't feel good. And he's got like his eyes closed, and he's like, "Oh, is that what a ritual is like? Because that sucked.
I
That
mean,
sucked." And the rain just rolls on through in parts, and now it's back to being that evening. My mouth is dry. My head hurts. I can't feel my toes, but I know they're wiggling. They're wiggling. And you look down, they're wiggling. It's just like, can you? And he kind of reaches, "Can you help me up?" And you help him get up, and he looks gaunt and tired and like he's lost a bit of himself, like physically.
I mean, rituals can be hard, but I feel like there may have been some things with those scrawlings that we didn't completely understand.
Like what? I don't feel any different. I just feel shitty. They're supposed to. I'm tired. Can we go inside? I've had
Yeah.
enough. And he's like kind of like wiping the different stuff, all that off of him, And whoever's there, if you were there witnessing it, Cal, you're there, so obviously, go ahead and give me another perception check. Anyone who's there can do that.
12 total.
12 total. Not the highest you see. All the little things that you had.
19 for me. I was definitely
19?
would have been there.
Yeah.
And
So-
also, just for funsies, because I took it for the swamp. Can I detect poison and disease on Al now that that's been done to him?
No poison, no disease. He doesn't have any.
Okay, just making sure.
But he does look tired and gaunt and like he's been through the ringer. But yeah, so with that 19, the candles are gone. The goat stuff is gone. The plants are gone. Everything short of just the space that y'all were doing this is gone.
Can you say that again real quick, Adam? Somebody tried to call me and it cut out my Discord.
Oh, sorry.
To do that once.
So all the things that you had gathered, the ivory strips, which I need to deduct from the bag of holding, the stones from the river, the goat pieces, all the plants, all that, it's just gone. It like as if it just.
And am I very confused by that, or does that kind of like, since I have done rituals in the past, like I'm sure I've seen different kinds.
Yeah. So you know that with spells, there are usually chances. There are those ones that consume components.
Right. Yeah.
But this was a heavy consumption, especially when you look back at Al and just with your passive medicine check. Like, if this much was taken from the ritual and he looks like this, you get a concerned feeling in your gut. You can't necessarily pinpoint it. And, I don't know if Roque would have said it, but, Roque did check him for poisons and diseases. He's not poisoned. He's not diseased.
So I'll is anybody else there besides Roque, or is it just Roque? Okay.
Not Davis.
Just Roque.
Yeah.
So I'll lean over to Roque and just be kind of like, hey, so this ritual took all of the elements, and I feel like it may have like taken some of Al as well. Does he seem off to you? Does it seem like part of him is missing, possibly?
Do I sense anything like that? Adam, is there
What is your insight? Yeah, but just with your passive insight. I mean, he's still Al, but you get the sense that something was taken to be granted, for other things to be granted.
Okay, Cal, I mean, he seems okay. He's not sick, but maybe we shouldn't have done that without knowing more. I don't know, but we should keep an eye on him.
Yeah. Well, let's get him back to the room. He looks like he
Yeah,
probably needs
I'll-
to sleep.
Yeah, we'll help. We'll both help him. Kind of.
Yeah, you guys-
along.
Al is not a large individual. I mean, he's a little bit tall, but he's very light. He's lighter than you expected. And y'all managed to, one of you on each of his shoulders, kind of carry him up to the second floor, to where you guys have your joint war rooms. That has actually become 3 of the war rooms. They've kind of expanded it for you. You lay down Al, and he just out like a light bulb within a minute. And he sleeps soundly through the rest of the evening. Okay.
Okay.
Now, I don't know which invocations he actually took, but he did tell me.
Right.
So,
He said,
yeah, he
"Under no
literally just gave me a
circumstances."
crying face, an okay sign, and a party horn. He just texted me. He's gonna hate me.
He said, "By the way, don't do the scrawling."
Yeah. So, all right. Okay. Again, guys, sorry for the nature of how this was, but it's mostly individualized stuff. Is there anything else that we missed or forgot, or anyone wants to address, or you guys are ready to say at
I
the
have
end of?
one very, 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 very super duper quick thing.
Mhm.
In the 4 days we've been in town, has Wiggs learned anything at all about those mushrooms?
The mushroom.
Oh, from Mothra's domain?
Yeah, I just want to know if it'll give us any sort of like benefit while we're in the swamp.
He's like, Roque, these are fish mushrooms. These are not from. You guys were taken into a pocket realm, right? Like I can, unless these were growing, then you found like a bleed. But these are not from here.
Can we eat them safely?
Do you want to risk the chance of forgetting who you are?
Nope.
Good. 'Cause I don't know. I might do that to you,
Nope.
or it might make you be able to fly. I don't know. I can run more tests, but
Give some to Al. He can't fight back.
It's quite the spectrum
Hey,
there.
is Dregnar with me while I'm doing this?
sure.
I'm gonna be like, hey, Dregnar, you want to eat a mushroom? And I'll just take the mushroom from Wiggs and give it to Dregnar.
Don't make me shove that down your mouth.
Okay, I'll take it back. We probably
And
shouldn't eat these.
It's a beautiful like it has not lost its vibrance. Like it is still that radical spectrum of colors. Roque, I'm sorry, I'm stretched here. I have Calisor asking me about this 13, and then this mushroom is apparently from the guy that said the 13, and then Dregnar needed to figure out how to do silver and solutions and alchemy, and then Marb wanted. Oh wait, no, I didn't talk to Marb. See, it's all running together. So.
All good. All good. I'll just keep them safe and I got a little flower pot on my back that I have like some little white flowers growing out of. I'm gonna see if I can keep a mushroom growing in there. Just like
Okay.
look even more ridiculous than I do. And then that's all I need.
Gotcha. Yeah. All right, cool. So with that, once Angie gets back, short of anything else, we'll go ahead and depart. As you guys, I believe the consensus, and this is where you guys can correct me, is the group will travel north along the Mason. Here, let me actually pull up the Mason map.
Yeah, I guess if we thought we might need Julian to take us like from there to then the deep route, I would go see him at some point during the 4
That's actually
days.
important. Yeah. If you're going to do Julian, then we need to go talk to Julian.
Well,
Who wants to accompany Davis as you guys go talk to Julian?
I'll go with him.
I want to
I
go
was
with
at
him too.
Marb too, probably.
Yeah.
The same squad who basically went and talked to Isos.
Isos?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Let me make sure. Angie, James, TJ, you good with this real quick for one more? Non-inclusive.
That's fine.
Go for it.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely.
All right.
So
Yep.
have we
Yep,
determined that
absolutely. Good.
like Julian would be helpful in getting us back into deep route from where we were?
It's a thought, right? Like he said, like if you ever need to get a hold of him, ask for the
Right, the guy who I can look it up.
cargo man.
Yeah, the cargo man, that's what it was.
So, Marb, as you guys are discussing going to go see Julian, you're, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're a little bit meticulous, a little bit manic. You like to count your shinies, make sure you have your things.
Yeah. I count all of mine, and I probably have a couple of stuff like hitting in the bag of holding or in one of Rock's like stuff hanging from his shell
Yeah.
without
ahead.
him knowing.
Real quick, give me an investigation check. Not benefiting from your urban, but just like one night where you're going through your pouches that you retrieved from the bronze hook. $14. What was my DC? Oh, okay, she did. Funny enough, you have more coins here than you were supposed to have. And then you kind of, over the course of a day, have been kind of picking through, and you find some that are of a region that is not around here at all. And Jones, the door is not your enemy. Please stop.
That's a lie. Jones,
That's a
keep
lie,
going.
yeah. Attack it.
Fuck it up, Jones.
Especially that like springy thing on like the
The
edge so
door
the door
stop
doesn't hit
thing,
the
yeah.
wall. Go get that stuff.
Is the
I
door
opened the
Simon?
door. I didn't have to, hey, guys, stop figuring out who my big bad is, all right? Simon is just a door mimic.
Got him.
Huh?
Got him.
Got him. All right, Marb, there are about, you pull about 7 coins that are silver. They are larger. They have script and, etching on them that you don't recognize at all. But there are some additional etchings and scripts, like little, like as if someone took a file to them, and much how you were able to discern some sort of information on the boat when Julian, where it said, protected, used for transport. These seem to have something like that on there, where one of them, the coins, has what would be a face of, you think it might be a dragonborn individual, but it's scratched out. And essentially the message on there is, I am not him. And then there's another coin in there that has a sailboat, like a gondola, or not a gondola, a galley on there. And it says, trust the cargo man. And you get little like cryptic messages like that on a few of these coins that were seemingly added into your pouch.
Can I cast detect magic and see if there's
No
anything
magic
that's-
whatsoever. These are physically etched in.
Ooh, okay. So Dragon Face, I'm not him. Bodhi Coin, trust the
Cargo man.
Cargo Man. Okay. I'm guessing neither Davis or Cal noticed them.
You show
So-
them, and they're like, they look like they're just random etches or scratches, marks, or that. You've learned to pick up, some symbology through your background and your experiences over the years, much like you did on the boat.
Would I have seen anything like this before? Maybe.
You've seen.
Wait, I want to keep them a secret
okay.
until I can confront Julian later.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Like I noticed it, and then like maybe you guys can see me like put them in like a separate pocket.
I mean, we just think you're looking at your coins. You like doing that.
And I'm like, oh, this is like my rainy day fund pocket. If I get robbed again, at least I'll have a few here and there. I'll like pretend it's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that weird
So there
for
you
you to
go.
look at your coins.
Right, so you guys manage then, I guess, to, as a group, venture down to the docks,
Yep.
where Julian said. You see a number of boats, all, none of the boats here are massive. By comparison, that boat that you guys were on, Julian, might be one of the larger river boats that's down here.
Nice.
A lot of them are just fishing dinghies and are, people that harvest clams or river, things or vegetation, dragnet, stuff like that. But you can get there. What do you do?
I mean, is there anybody around?
There's individuals, yeah, that seem to be walking, loading things onto vessels, taking things off.
Do you know where the cargo man's at?
Cargo man. Yeah. Yeah. Just head down the dock about another, I don't know, what is that, 500 feet? And then you'll see where there's a big old stack of boxes that you can't see beyond. Do you see the crates and all that? And you can easily see them. There's a building right there.
He's in there?
Yep.
Thanks.
Yep.
I head off.
You get to the building. It's just another one of those random wooden buildings that just happens to be here.
Yeah, just fucking going in. No
Ding,
caution.
ding, 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 ding. Yep.
Hey, Julian, you in here?
Oh, you're looking for Jillian.
Oh.
Someone's looking for Jillian.
Yeah.
Jillian. And you just hear people start calling out. He's like,
Got a job for him.
yeah. And a lot of people have jobs for Julian.
Yeah, we go way back. Well, maybe not way back, but
Okay.
we have some history.
Okay.
Is he here?
Yeah, but what's the job? I mean, don't want to waste his time.
I want to talk to Julian, please.
Yeah, this is Julian information. Why are you so nosy about it?
Well, he's a busy man, and we kind of make sure that we don't waste his time.
Who are you?
Well, he can make that decision himself.
Yeah.
That's my job.
Listen, just get him out here. He'll immediately see who we are. He'll be like, fine, guys, I got this. We'll go chat, and it'll all be good. Just bring him on out.
He just kind of extends his hand, like palm open, waiting for something.
Can I stab his hand?
You could try, sure.
Absolutely.
All right.
Like if there's like a nearby surface to like pin it to or something, see if you can just like.
Actually, I'll stab like in between his fingers. I'm assuming there's at least some wiggle room where I can sneak like a dagger in between. But if I roll terribly, I'll stab his hand.
Actually, it might be the opposite. You need to roll really well to not hit his fingers.
Exactly. Let's do that.
All right, go ahead and give me that.
Is that an attack roll? Okay.
Yeah, give me an attack roll. With your with your dagger, so +7. Technically, you can do Thrill of the Hunt if you want to.
Ooh, Ooh, 21.
Okay, yeah, you manage, and he's kind of this like this human with that's sunburned and all that with matted hair and all. He's like, you just lightning fast, get a dagger and just put it like through his finger, and he's like, okay,
I'm gonna
you're
use
not.
like that revised weapons thing that I read last week, so I can pull another one out of my dagger bandolier
Oh yeah.
and point it at his face and it's like, buddy, if you work for Julian, you know the type of work he does. So
Get his
bring
ass
him
out
out.
here.
This is business between him and us, and we're wasting time right now. So next one will definitely hit some flesh. And I kind of like move the knife a little bit closer to his ocular like area.
Okay, just for the sake of it, give me an intimidation check at advantage, because you have a giant orc with you as well, or half orc, and you just
Also
did this.
yelling at him.
That could turn into a panther.
And he's just gulping. Calisor, this is how your friends do work, apparently.
Some of them. Sometimes.
Womp,
Oh my
womp.
gosh.
You can see that he like swallows. He's like, right. If you really need Julian that bad, you just can I move away? You're not gonna. You pull.
Yeah, I take like the knife out of whatever table and like shoot him
Calisor,
off.
give me a perception. Yeah, Calisor, give me a perception check as this individual walks around, opens it, and he closes the door. See if you hear something. If you would, Jesse.
Sorry, I was muted. 10.
10. You hear a little bit of muffled, like, you can't make out any real words. But the guy cracks the door open and is like, Julian will be with you in a moment.
He's got 1 minute.
I
And
like
then
sharpening my daggers in front of him impatiently.
and you hear the heavier footsteps start coming, because remember, Julian has probably about half of his weight in his belly.
He's a big dude.
And you see the large, as a individual come out, and he's like, so you're the idiots. They're
Very
not
funny.
idiots, they're my friends, but they're idiots.
know it.
I get you.
I mean, these guys are the idiots, if you ask us.
No. What did I tell you to say?
I mean, that's how we found you.
You're looking for the cargo man.
Yeah, that's how we found you.
You're not looking for Julian.
Did I not say that when I got? Oh well. I mean, these guys.
I swear to God, that's exactly what we said. But this doofus over here was like, "Oh, he's
out
a
of
busy
character.
man.
We didn't.
Who are
actually.
you?"
We did say
this
Julian
person,
here. Yes.
You never said the cargo man to this human.
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
That's correct.
He's like, hey, boss, they never said it's like, I
I
know.
want to use my mimicry and use his voice. Oh, boss, they didn't say that. I promise, boss. This doofus over here. Come on, Julian.
Davis is cracking up.
I'm kidding. Like,
gives you a glare. He's like.
Anyway,
right.
The cargo man's here now. We're gonna talk to him, and you guys can fuck off.
Julian's like, no, come with me. They got to man the station. And he walks by you guys and back out the way that you guys came. Come with me.
Yeah, if I'm giving the fucking guys a stink eye the entire time we leave.
That's fine. He's stink eyeing you right back. And
yeah, you better hope we don't have to come back here. Let's just put it that way.
you'll be back. You always
hyping him up like, yeah, boy, you better not. Yeah, listen to him.
So Julian will be walking.
Yeah,
He's like,
we'll follow.
all right. So in the future, please.
Listen, we fucked up. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Those guys. If they're trying to, be the gatekeepers, they're not very good at it.
Oh, that you only saw the one. Keep that in mind.
Yeah. I hope
you
he's
mean
disposable.
the guy around the door and the guy under the table? Yeah. They were there. And the trapdoor? Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm just like listing random places, like trying to sound more confident.
Okay. And Julian just grins. He's like, yeah. All right. And he's kind of walking y'all just kind of down the docks essentially, and then towards his boat. And you see it. And Davis, you see the jaw of your of the mob
Hey, it's the
daggers.
mob daggers.
Yeah, it's been sun bleached and mounted on the front of the ship
You know what?
essentially.
It looks fantastic here. You're welcome to just keep it.
Thanks. I kind of like it.
Yeah, no, it looks great. Looks great. I mean, frankly, it's a bit bulky and big to carry around, you know, and it looks fantastic here. Keep it.
Appreciate that. All right. So this is one of my more private places.
One
and,
condition:
well,
you got to tell people it was the menagerie that guy that took care of this beast and hooked you up.
of course, David.
You
Yeah.
you can embellish, say you were there too if you
But
like.
make up a cool story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Courtesy of the
Menagerie.
menagerie.
Absolutely. I mean, you could say you even got the killing blow on it if you like. That's fine.
Nah.
I mean, I'm the one who did, just so you know. I did it.
Nice. You have to tell me the story. I have the sense you need something from me. So I have some questions for you, but by all means.
Yeah, we may
Yes,
have a
sure.
job for you. You'll
Hmm.
never guess where we're going. I mean, you can try to guess. Sorry if that wasn't clear. I was going to see if you were going to guess.
That makes you sound like a BuzzFeed quiz. You never get the
Uh,
10 places we're going.
You're gonna take the river down to Austerian to I don't know. Are you
Nah,
going all the
nah.
way down to the coast? Or are you going down to
Nah, I've been to the coast. It's, you know, I'm
Midian
good.
Canal?
No. We're going back. We're going back to the
Where-
deep root, baby.
Come on, Jillian, look at us. Yeah. Will we go to a
Uh,
nice, safe place?
Amara told me how terrible that place was. Why would you go back? That place was like almost killed you multiple times.
Yeah, but you know, we figured out that.
Long story short, spooky shit's happening there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and spooky shit, and we took care of kind of, you know, the
Amara
spookiest
told
shit.
me about some of the spooky shit. She told me that you met like a giant toad, and he mentioned
Yeah,
like
he's cool.
13
He's actually
feats.
pretty cool.
Yeah, but
I
Listen.
lived there for years. It wasn't so bad.
he just kind of looks at you. He's like, he lived there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I recognize he wasn't on the boat the first.
Yeah, where do you think we got him?
Oh, Amara mentioned y'all found a. Ugh.
Mm-hmm. It says him.
He's just kind of
Well,
like, listen. One, I'm very curious about what this toad had to say, but that's for another time.
There's a pamphlet up in the Adventures League that may help you understand some of that.
Davis, you know us folk, right? People of the sea, superstitious type.
Oh,
Why
yeah.
won't claim the kill?
Yep.
Those decrees apparently seemed pretty interesting.
Yep.
Cryptic, and I don't like cryptic. And I deal with cryptic. Oh, well, yeah, you know I deal with cryptic. I mean, you figured it out.
Right. We know your sponsor over at Brunswick.
Mm-hmm. And that's exactly where we came to look for you, man.
Wait, you found Harley?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we had running with good old Reptile Harley. And
Actually, as he says
no,
this,
no,
I'm
no.
looking around to see if anybody's like within earshot.
Let's see if he notices you. Yeah, he kind of notices your eyes wandering. He's like, Davis, it's just us. You
Alright.
earned my trust.
Okay.
he says it was a secret place.
I'm just
I
making sure
figured
there's
he
no
knows.
prying ears. That's all.
No. You have something. Harley's gone missing.
Wait, what? We just saw him a couple days ago.
No,
4
that
days
was
ago?
Ethos. Ethos is manning the fort.
Wait. I kind of like get a little bit closer to him. Ethos told us he was Harley. Was
Ethos.
that true or not? And I just like stared him down, like eye contact.
Ethos is playing the role of Harley, while Harley has.
So that's not.
Well-
that hasn't been a thing that's been permanent this whole time. By the way, so can I? Do I believe him?
I
Get
wanted the
insight check.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys can insight check him.
Ooh, 23.
Okay, and Marb.
I fucked it up again.
The D29.
Go ahead and reroll.
I rolled a
Ooh,
20.
bow.
Or 12 plus 8 for me.
All right, so we have a 23 total, a 25. Okay, so all of you are like, no, he has nothing to lie to you guys.
Okay.
You saved his friend, right? You escorted it, you brought her back. He came to the Adventurers League to check on you guys. He even posted a, hey, if these people come back, please let me know.
Right.
So he is,
Dead serious.
yeah, he's like, no. So
Huh.
listen,
Okay, we went to East because, I mean, I'm pretty sure you know already, but spooky spiders, spooky shit's happening around town. And we wanted to know if any of the more, let's say, ear to the ground type of people, kind of back alley on the streets, had any information about that. And he told us to come to you.
okay.
So does this have anything to do with Harley's disappearance? And I put my hand on his shoulder, like, to let him know that I believe him, and like, sorry about like your friend's loss, I guess, because it seemed to be like very important to him.
Well, so here's the thing. Harley's a fool. He's always been a fool. He's a friend. He's honest. As honest as someone that does our line of work can be. I'm not going to hide it or cut it. You guys know.
Yeah.
We're not the most top shelf individuals.
So, quick question. Was Harley part of this? Or was... I mean, he has to be,
Part of
right?
what? Part of...
The business
Harley's
that you and
the-
Isos have.
Yes.
Okay.
But here's the thing. He was here before we came here. And you're right. There is something weird down in the networks below.
You mean the
We've had
sewers?
people... Yes.
Like what rumors or like what have you heard about that?
I don't, people going missing. We got crew that go and they don't show up, or
So does nobody like keep an eye on Harley, protect him or anything?
we didn't think we needed to. He just manned the bronze hook. That was
I want to
our.
know how many people and locations. I'm assuming your network's pretty well staffed that you might give us this
It's
information.
not necessarily well staffed. He doesn't need to be well staffed. Most people don't go down there.
Right.
We pretty much have free reign. No.
Not down in the sewers, but like I'm assuming like the underground or like the Thieves Guild in this town is a lot bigger than what you would expect. Like some people, even if they're not directly involved, like everyone talks in the market, in certain shops. I'm pretty sure you have a pretty decent idea of how many people have gone. Like if it's affecting your business and crews are disappearing.
That's the thing. It's not affecting business. Business is still good. Years ago, Harley cut a deal with some Tiefling bitch. They came in promising to, increase supply of, well, whatever is being processed over by the mills and helping get it distributed. And she's been running our boat crews, and we've been making great bank. Years now.
Feel a butt coming.
But I don't trust her, never have, and she gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Who is this tiefling?
They call her Zara. Zara. Nah. Yeah. Zarya. Yeah, Zarya, that's what it is. Sorry. I just call her the bitch so often I forget her name. But listen. Never liked her, never trusted her. Me and Isos came here to check on Harley, and we ended up staying. Watching him. He's a fool, like I said. But does good work. He knows people. Things have been good but I don't know. Recently, yeah, we've had people going missing. We've had reports of strange sounds or people running into weird things down in the networks. And-
Why did you and Ezos came here? Did like Harley send you like a letter suspecting something was happening? What was the last thing you heard from him?
No, we came here because, well, frankly, our boss wanted us to check on operations here.
Who's your boss?
Did he say
You
why?
do not need to know that right now.
Yeah, Davis, come on, that's rude to ask.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. He is not in Green Hill. I'll put it that way.
Fair enough.
Listen,
This Zarya girl, does she have any distinguishing features about her, or
Other than the tiefling shit, obviously.
Yeah, is it racist to ask what color she is? Like,
No.
Tiefling has different complexion, right?
yeah, they have different complexions. She is a red, almost like blood red. She long dark hair, horns that goes basically straight up, teeth that you swear would she bit you, she'd rip your throat out. She's older. She's got some grays setting in. Always dresses real, well, it's interesting. You either see her and she looks like a commoner or she dresses real regal like.
Hmm.
Came out of she won't tell us anything about her past, but she came from here. She mentioned that she's got ties and has been working with brokering deals with the mills, getting extra supply off to the side, sending it here, getting a cut, distributing it.
So would she be like a competitor for you guys?
No, she's using us.
Gotcha.
We're her.
I'm highly surprised the organized operation like this didn't background check. I mean, you've mentioned it a couple of times now. Harley's
That's
an idiot,
the thing.
right?
There's really not much. She just showed up. That's why I don't like her. You can normally track something, find something. At least that's what I'm told.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Dad didn't raise any suspicion not
No,
to
it
trust her?
did.
Okay.
But then when you have hauls this good, people tend to shut up.
I know
That's
what you
why
mean.
Ethos and myself and a few others have stayed here for so long and observed. So far, nothing's threatened our boss.
Okay. Let's focus back on what's happening right now. Isa's mentioned like you're the superstitious kind that would know kind of like what the town folk are talking about, or kind of urban legends, local kind of like hush hush secrets that people tell when they blow out their candles to scare their kids. What do you know? Like, I mean, we're obviously not from here. We're adventurers. You probably know the area better. What are those kind of, I mean, urban legends, urban myths that people are talking about? Always this legends or myths start with like a diamond of truth. So let's start from there. Tell me a good story, and I kind of like sit down and look at him like a little kid.
I'll tell you the story of a matron who apparently carved out her eyes and planted them, one at the base of the River Sly and one in the lush fields, and apparently she's the reason the runs and the bounties have been so good.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's one.
How long ago was that?
What did you say she planted? Sorry.
Her eyes, I think the story goes.
Oh shit. Okay.
Her followers, they call her the mother of bounties. They seek new fruit, something like that. They've been here for a while. They basically, it seemed to kind of coincide when again, the river started being flush with fish. The runs were heavy. The vegetation boomed. I mean, some of their followers are pretty. Well, most of the followers are pretty lackluster and just seem to, be grateful.
Yeah, what's not to be grateful for?
I don't. Superstitions. Too many good things. Something so good.
Yeah. When's the other shoe gonna drop?
Yeah. Just don't trust it. Doesn't feel right. And I mean, to be fair, they are kind of dicks. They just lay claim to parts of town and just don't. And they preach and they talk and
Ugh. Gross.
yeah. They've even come down here trying to set up shop on my docks. No.
What does your boss think of that?
Boss just thinks it's some sort of, well, honestly, just local deity or something. I don't
Must
know.
not like people trying to get close to your turf.
Honestly, that's the trick. We don't really worry about that. We got turf all over, as you say. We got the networks, we got the rivers, we got the alleys, we got buildings.
All right.
Does Zarya have an opinion on them?
Zarya doesn't really stay in Green Hills. She just kind of transports and helps get things down or organizes the pickups over at the mills. They don't seem to clash with her, so she doesn't really care.
Would she happen to do anything with the olivine mill?
Olivine. That rings a bell. Up north, right?
So I've heard.
Yep.
Yeah, I think she does.
Okay. Interesting.
You've surprising you know one of them. Okay.
Yeah, that's, well, since we're all friends here, that's probably where we're headed next, just so you know. Before we go to the deep root.
Interesting.
Just check
So
it out,
going back
see what's going
to-
on. Some bad shit's
guys-
been coming out of there.
You guys are mad. Amara told me you ran into the Walking Dead.
One?
Uh,
Like tons.
Why? I hate the fact that rumors can be true.
Yeah.
Listen,
Mm-hmm.
you got. I mean, one, you brought her back, so I'm in your debts to an extent.
Is she? I mean,
Like
she's
the
just
Ethos
a friend of
Presto.
yours, right? Like, is there something else there? It's like almost like you're treating her like she's family. But I don't like looking at the two of you. Y'all aren't. As far as I can tell, you're not family.
Oh, not by blood.
What does that mean?
We ain't family by blood, but
But
we're like family.
I mean,
That
I
means
respect
they
you.
both killed someone and promised not to tell on each other.
I respect you, so I'm not gonna dig any more into that. But I'm curious, so
Curiosity is welcome.
fair enough.
Maybe over,
Yeah, if you ever feel like unburdening yourself of that information, then I'm all ears. Let's just put it that way.
please, I'm the cargo man. I can handle it.
Fair enough.
So
anyway,
y'all are.
the job.
Right, yes, you had a job for me.
Yeah, we were, like I said, we're trying to get back to the deep root, but we were not going to be leaving from here, probably. Like I said, we're actually headed up north first, but the inlets and streams and the waterways that you can get in and out of and how to get into the deep root. Would there be a way for you to get us there quickly from, say, in the north side of town near the olivine mills?
No, there's got to be. Yeah, I could. Yeah, I can make a trip up there and meet y'all maybe. Maybe about. I think it's going to be about 5 miles, 7 miles at most. Up on one of the little fingers that run up towards Olivine. Honestly, if you get to the mill and you're on the hill, you can look down and you'll see it. It cuts pretty much straight southwest. Little meandering kind of tributary. I can make my way there. I mean, what? You're going on foot? When are you leaving?
Probably.
Can you take us? Can you take us there?
Honestly, It'll probably be about the same amount of time getting there by boat than on foot.
Okay.
Might actually, and it'll give me a little bit of time to maybe go. Let me put it
Finish
this
your
way.
business.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. We can wait. Out of character, how long will it take us to get there?
2 days.
Okay, then meet us there in 2 days, Julian, and be ready for the trek to Deep Root again.
Yeah.
Is that a job you're interested in taking?
I mean, you guys are prepared, right?
Yeah, we've been working with the
as much
Adventurers
as will
League,
be.
getting our stuff together. We're getting supplies, or we got our holy man making some stuff. It's we're ready. Readier than we were before. We had no idea what we were doing before. Now we've got a better idea. And I think we dispatched one of the bigger threats that we might have to deal with.
Okay. Let's put it this way. Yeah, I'll meet you 2 days.
Yeah,
I'll
probably like sundown on the third day maybe, because we got to go up there. We're gonna investigate a bit. We don't know exactly what we're gonna find. May take a little bit. So.
Ooh, smart. Yeah.
And then we can get underway, in the evening.
very well. Let's call it a deal.
What's the deal? What do we owe you? Or is this
Call
just
it
a
on the
friends and
house.
family thing?
Call it on the house.
Fantastic.
If you're really gonna go try to fort undead, and again, you helped someone that's like a sister, just call it all. This one's on me.
All right.
Now, maybe in the future, I can do some stuff for some coin, but this one's on me.
Yeah, we'll send business your way too, I guess. Or we'll send the cargo man some business if we have.
Try to remember that the next time.
Yeah, I'm not real good with titles.
But where's the fun in it? Everyone knows you always threaten the guy at the door. It's just business as usual. Yeah. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I'll tell Doofus over there that I'll apologize about that.
I'm not going to apologize. That guy was a dick. Fuck that guy.
The guy was doing his job, Davis.
I get it. But I just don't like people telling me what to do.
Get off my boat, Davis. He gonna grin.
Alright, Captain.
Kind of like put a hand on his chest. It's like, I'll hold him back. It's like a spring.
We're good.
All right. So yeah, I don't know. If for some reason Harley does show up, I'll be curious to see what happens. But yeah, just so we're square, don't tell anyone Essos is
real quick question about that, by the way. Can Essos just become anybody then?
Nah.
That's not how that works.
No, you're an adventurer. You've seen some magic items.
Man,
and
that's not my best
thing.
That's not what I'm most. Me, magic items have a complicated history at this point.
I can understand that. I try to deal with them as little as I can.
Yeah, good idea.
Superstition, no.
Yeah.
Well, 2 days. Up in one of the little fingers, reaching up towards the olivines.
You'll be this boat, right? We know how to find you.
Oh yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Julian's boat.
What's the name of the boat? Is this literally just Julian's boat, or does it have a
Well,
name?
now that I got the sweet little up front, kind of wanted to go with maybe the River's Maw or something. I'm still working on it.
All right, fair enough. Well, you got 2 days. I want to see that new name painted on the side of the boat.
It's a fine name for a vessel.
Think so? River's Maw?
That's pretty good.
All right. You'll see you'll see it in 2 days.
It's memorable. It's got strikes a little bit of, not fear, but a little bit of, I don't know, just strength. It projects strength. It's good.
Yeah. Kind of taking a little credit where I didn't really deserve it, right?
Hey, you
You
know,
did
but
it all the work.
I mean, that's exactly what you do, though. So it's very appropriate that way.
Well, Davis,
Julian.
Marb. I believe I
Calisor.
caught your name.
It's
Calisor.
Yeah.
Calisor, Julian Dredgehor. Pleasure. Pardon
We
the
call him
rudeness by not
Calzone.
introducing myself sooner.
So we call
What's
him Calzone, but you probably don't want to call him Calzone. Like, of the three of us, he's probably the scariest. You just wouldn't know to look at.
Really?
Wouldn't necessarily know to look at him. Let's put it that way.
Tends to be the case, actually. That's kind of also why I don't trust some of the, well, that Zarya bitch.
Fair enough.
She looks old and like she can't do anything. That woman is conniving and smart, and I don't like it. Well, let me put it this way. Menagerie. I will see y'all in 2 days.
See you in the north.
Safe travels. Hopefully no bandits.
Uh,
But, I mean, honestly, at this point,
nothing we can't
from
handle.
what I hear, you can handle some bandits.
Ooh, what did you hear?
Oh, Amara mentioned something about the Black Purse idiots.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah. These people
I
really
wonder how
are
they're
idiots.
doing. I hope they're alive.
I mean,
Oh.
they were just trying to do what they had to do, and they didn't realize they could make a better life for themselves. So.
Spoken like someone who's been in their position.
You could say that.
Okay. So, going to the group with that, is there anything else, or were we good to, it's 11:30, we good to call it, wrap it up? And we'll
I
start
had one more thing that I forgot.
Okay.
Whenever we get back to the adventures, can I stop by Wiggs and ask him about the Hydra heart? I just remember about that.
Yeah, so in that, you'd be saying, you'll see it, and it's shrunk down significantly. Like the heart itself barely, like, was able to fit, right? Like through the opening. It's probably lost about, how many days is this now? 5?
5. Yeah.
4 or 5, yeah. It's probably lost about a third of its size, but in your manual, right, that you were looking at it and you found it, it was like a pendant of the heart that was maybe, like you could grasp in your hand. So it's gonna need some significant shrinking.
Okay, perfect. That was it.
All right, I'll just do real quick down the line. Hopefully everyone's good so we can call it and have an interesting session. Angie, anything else? Are you good?
I believe that's it.
All right, perfect. Mr. James. Fell asleep at his computer. I'm sorry. I bored him to sleep. Davis.
Good. I'm good.
All right, Nico.
I'm good. Actually, I want to set the whole Adventurers Guild on fire.
Okay.
But holy
It's
fire, so it
very
doesn't
hard.
actually burn.
Yeah, exactly. Holy fire.
CJ, are you still there? Or are you busy with work?
Yeah, I run into that place with those sisters and I start beating them with my staff, telling them to
The power of Christ compels you.
No, I'm good.
Okay,
You gotta
cool.
turn from the Overbuster to the.
I'm good.
All right. Well, guys, again, thank you so much for your patience with some of the food ordering and all that. I hope everyone had a fun session. I know it's not typical in the way that it was broken down. Al, Corbin, whenever you're done listening, sorry, maybe, I don't know.
You're still alive at least? Question mark.
You're still alive, and I'll try to reach out to you and let you know what has happened. But as far as the group knows, you just look like you've been on one hell of a roller coaster.
You look like I did after the sewer, where like literally half my health was gone.
Yep. So yeah, guys, thank you for the session. Session 38, hopefully next week, normal time. I will build some stuff out now that I've gotten some points of interest from you guys. Marb, you can stop the recording if you want.
Okay.